What's going on, my little piglets? It's your BFF Pork Chop here, and I'm coming at you with another update with Pork Chop. So I hope you guys had a kick-ass week. Hope your weekend's gonna be badass, and I hope that you go into next week just kicking that ass. Carpe diem nuts, if you catch my drift. So I have a little bit of a funny story to tell you, and then I'm gonna talk about my facial hair, because, you know, this is Friday, so it's the personal day. And so I also have a few things to talk about, like, you know, in my life in general. So, yeah, the beard's gone, or what was a beard, what you could call a beard. I got this inspiration. Obviously, you know, the goatee stays. This stays on. It's like, you know, like the R2-D2 thigh highs stay on during sex. The goatee stays on during life, you know. So, I was watching Robin Hood Men in Tights the other night, and I noticed that Cary Elwes kind of had a little bit of a mustache goatee combo, and I was like, oh, that's really cool. Like, he has a little bit of stubble, like it's not like a full-grown thing down here, and then he has a mustache that doesn't connect in the middle like mine does, because I got hit with a 2x4 with a nail on it when I was a kid, and I can't grow hair here because it's got a scar right there. I can't grow hair. It's a problem. I call it the reverse Hitler. And then he doesn't have connections right here between his mustache and his goatee. So I just said, screw it. So I went ahead and just shaved this part, and then obviously shaved all this off and kept it. So I was like, whatever. If Cary Elwes can rock it, I can rock it. And he's a beautiful son of a bitch, and, you know, I'm there. So that is why bye-bye beard. Also, my wife was like, oh, you really need to groom your beard. You're starting to look like a former employee that used to work at the shop that they're not fond of. So I was like, you know what? If I have to hear say that one more time, I'm just gonna lose it. So I was like, you know what? I'll just shave the whole thing off. So there you go. So anyway, funny story I gotta tell. This is a story that was in development for 2 days. So Wednesday, I had a delivery to take to my friend Tanner's street. It wasn't to him, but it was to a neighbor that was like a block down. And so I dropped that off, and then I was like, screw it. So I took one of our door hangers that we have at the shop, and I drew the little, it's like a little meme, the little cartoon guy, you know, he's got a circular head, and then he's got the, he's got a little body, and then he has the double birds. So I was like, screw it. So I drew it, like, took me like 15-30 seconds to draw the whole thing. I was like, oh, I'm really impressed with this. This turned out great. And I put it on his door tag, and then I noticed that he has one of those doorbell cameras now. So I put on the door tag, and I flipped off the camera, and I walked away. And I had dinner with him that night. So I was kind of hoping he'd just, like, you know, tell me, very funny, or roll his eyes, or like, oh, I got your message. No, but the funny thing is he got there, and I said, did you get my message? So he checks his phone. I'm like, no, not on your phone, on your door. And he said, oh, I don't have that thing hooked up yet. I just got it. And I'm like, no, on your door. On your doorknob, I left you a message. He's like, oh, well, I haven't been to my front door, so I'll get it later. I said, okay. So I didn't hear back from him, so I assume he either threw it away or just, you know, rolled his eyes and then moved on with his life. No, his mother found it. His mom went up to his house, I guess, to check on things or something, and she took it and tried to call the shop, and we saw her name come across the caller ID. So my wife picked up the phone and was like, this is Jocelyn, and then she hangs up. Like, okay. So my wife texts Tanner and was like, hey, did your mom mean to call the shop? And he's like, I'll find out. So he texted his mom, was like, did you mean to call the shop? And she's like, yeah, I did. I noticed a door hanger on your door, and then I realized that it was a love letter from Colin. And so she's like, so never mind. And then Tanner's like, oh yeah, he told me about that. And then she was like, yeah, so I have it. And she took a picture of it. So I just thought that was really, really, really funny. And then, of course, my wife kind of felt embarrassed because I used the company door hanger, which she's like, from now on, you're just going to use notebook paper. Don't do anything else. Just use notebook paper. Don't use any more. Because I used to do the envelopes that we put the sympathy cards in and birthday cards in and stuff. She's like, yeah, don't do that anymore. So I I moved on to the door hangers. And then, so she was like, oh, don't do the door hangers anymore. I'm like, well, I'm running out of resources, so I guess I'll just carry a notebook with me and just do that specifically, is just talk shit and write little love notes to my friends and stuff if I'm delivering. Because I did that to my sisters too. Did it to my little sister once, and then I did it to Jess a few times. But yeah, I just, the fact that his mom found it, and his mom is, I've known her almost my entire life. His mom is very stern, but the fact that I made her laugh, I was like, that's awesome. That's fantastic. But I just, yeah, he sent me the screenshot of their conversation, and I screenshot the screenshot, so I have a screenshotception, and I am going to hold on to that and cherish that for the rest of my life. So I sent him a thing that said, got him, coach. And then today, I noticed when I came back from a run, we had a little like Walmart cake, a little bitty one, like a coconut cake. And I looked at my wife and I was like, what's with the coconut cake? And she looked at Jordan and was like, you explain it to him. She's like, I'm tired of talking about it. I said, okay. So I don't know, somebody brought them a cake or something. I don't remember that detail. But the funny thing is I texted Tanner and I was like, hey, do me a favor. I said, text Jocelyn and ask her, what's this coconut cake for? And not only did he do that with flying colors, he passed. He got his girlfriend to do the exact same thing, so she got double tapped. I was like, yeah! So she just sends me a simple text that says, you're an asshole. So I won. So I got Tanner and my wife this week, and I'm proud as, I'm pleased as punch. I'm proud as punch. I'm really freaking happy about that. But anyway, so real quick, I wanted to talk a little bit about the channel. Music March Madness. I know I'm supposed to talk about personal stuff, but I got all that out of the way. Music March Madness is down to its Elite 8, and then next week we'll start the actually not this week. Actually, yeah, about next week we'll start the Final Four and then the championship. So March 31st is going to be the last time, and then you guys will obviously hear the announcement of the winner April 1st. But if you guys can go do that, I greatly appreciate it. Go vote. For those of you that have voted every single time, I really appreciate that. For those that vote past the deadline, sorry about you. It doesn't count. So if you go back and see Rush beat Rob Zombie, that's not true. It's fake news. It's fake news because Rush was beaten by Rob Zombie. It was fantastic. It was incredible. It was only one vote. It's crazy. It's like Hillary back in 2016. It's crazy. And it's fantastic. Huge. So that would be awesome if you guys haven't voted yet. If you have voted, thank you so much. And if you want to participate, go for it. And April 1st also, I'm going to post a poll if you guys want me to do horror movie villains or superheroes for next year. And then I will probably get that in the pipeline here very soon, and then put that out into the pasture and see if I can actually, make something of it. But also, one other thing I want to talk about is I'm writing a book. I need to finish Childhood's End, but that one I kind of shelved a little bit. So I'm writing a new story, and I would really like to get that done before the end of the year, and then I don't know, release it or put it on something, by next year. I challenged myself the last 3 days to write 1,000 words a day, and I wrote 2,500 words in 3 days. So I'm really excited about that. I'll give you guys more details as it goes along. And it's already longer than Childhood's End. So, and I want to make it a novel length story, which I looked it up. It's 80 to 100,000 words, and I'm going to break it down to 20 chapters. That's about 3,000 to 5,000 words a chapter. So I have almost the first chapter done. And yeah, I'm really happy about that. I really hope that it's something that I can branch out and actually, stretch it out to where it becomes a full-length novel. I would really enjoy that. But all right, guys, I'm home now. Thank y'all so much once again for dropping by. Hope you guys have a kick-ass weekend. And always remember, my little piglets, Colin Pork Chop loves y'all the most. So y'all take it easy, guys, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye, guys.